your name came up with Tyreek a couple weeks ago. He said having you in his life has been a blessing. You've obviously coached a ton of places. What has been your approach, Robert, with coaching Tyreek specifically? Are you on him hard? Is he a guy who responds to that when needed?
You know, with Tyreek, he's been great. He loves to be coached. He wants feedback and he wants to be pushed. So it's been a pleasure coaching him. I'm sure you guys seen him practice. He practices hard, and yeah, it's been great with him.
When you look at the relationship between Tyreek and Tua, and I mean the on-field relationship, they hadn't had a lot of time together in training camp or OTAs or anything with Tyreek's oblique and the right wrist surgery. Has that been a factor in the regular season?
You know what? I don't know if it has been. You know, things like that, sometimes when you don't get the time on the field, then, you know, people might point to that. But I think those guys do a lot of stuff together. Even when they're not getting their reps, if they miss a pass, they'll want to get it when the defense is up, getting their reps. We'll get some extra throws in.
There's been some issue or a lot of talk about receivers working back towards the ball after the route is complete and maybe Tua is scrambled out of the pocket. Is that something that is taught or emphasized probably a little bit more since I think the Colts game?
I don't know if it's been more, but yeah, we do work on scramble drill. We talk about it, and yeah, we have, you know, people say scramble drill or scramble rules. It's really kind of scramble guidelines. So we do have rules where, like, if he breaks one way, we work with him, or we take it deep, or, you know, things like that.
What's the impact that bringing Darren Waller into the offense can have on your position group?
Well, I mean, obviously, you know, Darren has a good resume, and we know what he can do, and, you know, potentially some of the coverage might go towards him, but, you know, we'll have just another weapon out there, so it'll be good for everybody.
How do you think, and if you've been at all involved in this, the juggling has helped Waddle with the hand-eye thing? Have you observed him doing this at all? What do you think has made him better at that, where he's looking the ball in and hasn't had the handful of drops he had last year when he looked off the ball?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at a lot of his stuff from last year, probably some focus drops, and yeah, the juggling kind of helps your hand-eye. We also do a lot of jugs. So it's just more about the concentration, and, you know, he's been doing a great job of that.
Obviously, Tyreek's a weapon that can be used all across the field, but what are your thoughts of having him in the backfield? I know he ran a route or two from there.
Yeah, with Tyreek, you know, people know where he's at. They see that number 10, and they're always looking for him. But yeah, we're trying to move him around, and you know, I think that's one thing Mike does a really good job about, is with these game plans, putting guys in different places with shifts and motions and line them up in backfields. And it helps hide him at times, but you know, he does a great job. We can just line him up and let him go as well, you know. When he's like in the backfield, hey, it's great. Gets off. You ever play baseball?
Yeah.
Right? Still in second base? Yeah. That's what he looks like, you know. He gets off the ball.
Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, he's obviously a big receiver. We haven't consistently seen his size being utilized. Is there a reason for that? Is it situational? Is it relationship with Tua? Or is that what the defense gives you?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, we have things in the game plan, and sometimes they get called and sometimes they don't. You know, it's just sometimes situationally, like you said. But yeah, Nick is a big target and very smart. He can make plays come to life. Sometimes there might be an unscouted look where we say, hey, Nick, this is what we want you to do. And then, you know, in the game, he says, well, the defense did this, so I adjusted this way. And, you know, he's a very smart player, and we love having him.
At the end of the Patriots game, and obviously we only talk to you occasionally, at the end of the Patriots game, there were some substitution and communication issues cited by the players and coaches. What role do the position coaches play in making sure that for a certain group name or number that the right guys are out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take full responsibility on that with the wideouts. There was a situation where one time Tyreek, he ran a route. I didn't see that he didn't go back in, so I tried to sub somebody in late, and, you know, that was on me. And another time when he did go out, I sent somebody in, but someone else saw him go out, so another player already went in. So yeah, that's fully on me. That is not on Mike. That was on me.
Wanted to ask you about Tyreek, and this is not just this year, but because I guess all the jet motions or cheat motions that he does, he's often off the field. Is that something that's very draining for a player when they have to do those 15-yard sprints down across the field, and it would prevent them from being on the field in situations like third downs?
Yeah, I don't know if it's really the jet motion. We do send Tyreek deep a lot, and obviously we'd love for him to get every play, but if he got every play, he's not going to be running at that same speed. So, there has to be some monitoring with that to keep him, at that cheetah speed.
How have you seen Malik Washington grow in his role within the offense?
I tell you what, with Malik, just talking about the person, I mean, he wants to be great. I mean, he is always blowing up my phone saying, hey, coach, can we meet? Can we go over this? Can we watch some more film? And he takes coaching, and, however we say to do it, I mean, he's going to try his best to do it. And, he has some versatility. He has some running back capabilities, good in the slot, and can play some outside. So, we're loving his development.
One more.
On this question that Omar was asking about Tyreek and taking him out, I know fans often ask why we see him waving his hand to come out fairly often. Is that something that you anticipate with him? Because obviously running these routes at full speed is exhausting. Has it been about what you expected in that regard when he asks out?
Yeah, it's mostly first, second down that might potentially happen. Third down, I usually tell him, hey, don't even look at the sideline. Just go ahead and go back to the huddle. So that's usually the case. Now, when we're going in 2 minute, that's a little bit different story because, those guys are running, and sometimes it might happen on a third down. But in general, if it's third down, you're going to see them on the field.